Hello and welcome to another episode of It's Just Our Opinion. This is our 20th show, and I know a lot of you thinking, man, it seems like more than that, but it's only number 20, and I hope you'll keep watching, keep sharing. A lot of you friends, if you'll just tell them to share this thing, we may end up with 30,000 viewers. Right now, our last show was our best show yet. We had 6,200 people that sit there and watch the thing, and they're still climbing, so those numbers continue to go up. So we appreciate you doing that. Like I say, I think it was shared like 20 times. Just imagine what it would be if it was shared 200 times. We get a lot more people watching this thing, and who knows, they may learn something and may be as smart as you someday if they watch our show. Speaking of that, we've had people ask about websites and all that. If you know, I mentioned it last show, at least a few weeks ago, that we do have a website, and it's to get to it is www.itsjustouropinion.com. Now you see the sign back here has an apostrophe there between the S. Websites, you can't do that. It's all one word, www.itsjustouropinion.com. If you got friends that you think would like to see this but are not on Facebook, they can go to our website and watch it. We have downloaded all of them. It's up to date and everything. Another thing I've heard, a few people saying I ought to get sponsors or people to advertise on our shows. So, it's not a bad idea. I spend money on the show, and if somebody wanted to advertise, we would definitely work that out. So if you do, you can send me an email at ray, R-A-Y, at itsjustouropinion.com. That's Ray, R-A-Y, at itsjustouropinion.com. And hey, we'll be glad to negotiate with you and see if we can't work out something. Well, thank you again for tuning in. This has been a great day, Groundhog Day. It's one of the big things everybody looks forward to. Groundhog Day for us is really special here in our household because it's also our middle daughter Mary's birthday. Now, her birthday has nothing to do with the groundhogs, and she don't look like a groundhog or nothing, but she was fortunate enough to be born February the 2nd. So we did have cake and stuff today for on her birthday. But Phil has been I guess it's probably the same one. It's not the same one that they've been using for the 130 years or 40 years they've been doing it. But Phil saw his shadow or didn't see his shadow. I don't know how that goes. But PETA, the group that's really protective of animals, has suggested that people quit using groundhogs to decide that. They want them to come up with some other source to see if you could, if you see the shadow. Of course, we could actually see our own shadow if we walked out. We wouldn't need a groundhog. But that's been going on for all those years, and Phil did say spring should be coming early this year. But that's kind of interesting how they ever come up with a groundhog to start with. Now I know there's some of you out there that's scholars and studied this thing, and you know all about it, and you're wanting to raise your hand like you can answer the question now, but I can't see you. But that is interesting. Phil told us we expect an early spring. And I'm hoping we get it because I don't like cold weather. I don't like cold weather at all. The coldest weather I really like is about 68 degrees in my house. But I don't even get to keep it 68. My wife likes it to be 72, so we kind of go back and forth in there. And I know a lot of you thinking, well, you probably compromise and do 70. Now, she controls the thermostat, so we do whatever she wants. But anyway, look forward to that if you believe in Phil. Now, let me tell you something about Phil. Now, a lot of people just swear by whatever the groundhog says, but I was looking up today and doing just a little research on it, and I found out that he's only got a 39% accuracy rate. That's not really good. If you go to school, that's kind of like an F. But still, it's a lot of fun. So we all look to it, and so if you believe in Phil, start dragging those short sleeves out and get ready because it'll be here before you know it. Another thing I was looking up today, I just looking around trying to find some information and stuff that I thought was really interesting. And I found that 1 in 3 U.S., which is United States, homes have a dog. 1 in 3. Now I know some of you got your calculator, gonna figure it out, but I'll just tell you that's 33% have a dog. And that, that's pretty good. We used to have dogs ourselves, and we don't have any anymore. But they was a lot of fun. But we travel too much. We go out of town and things, so we don't have a dog now. All of our kids have dogs, and so we're not part of that 33%, but all 3 of our kids are. So that's interesting. 33%. Now I tell you, when I'm campaigning, knocking on doors and stuff, I thought everybody had them. Every house you knocked on, somebody would have a dog barking, and it's just interesting how many people have dogs inside the house. When I was growing up, we had dogs outside, and they'd sleep in the barn or somewhere where it was a little warm. But now a lot of people have them in the house nowadays, and that's good because it's all kind of little pretty dogs. And speaking of that, all 3 of our daughters has house dogs. All the dogs live in the house and treated a lot like the kids, but except they don't have homework like the kids do, so you don't have to help them with homework. But I thought that was interesting. Another thing, when on the subject of dogs, I saw that when you see a dog there, and if you lean down and pet the dog and rub on it, it can actually lower your blood pressure. So, if you're feeling like your blood pressure's up and stuff, and you don't have a dog, you can go to one of the 3 neighbors next door. 1 out of 3 is gonna have a dog. You can go over and rub that thing and get your blood pressure down. So that's kind of interesting. I'd never heard that before. My blood pressure used to go up when I rubbed other people's dogs because I wasn't sure if they was gonna bite me or not. I never want to be bit, and of course my wife don't like to be bit either. She's kind of scared of other people's dogs. Now she always liked ours, but we walk in a house and somebody's dog come running at you. That's the last thing you want to do is reach down and rub it, especially if it's barking. But I guess if it comes wagging his tail, that's a good sign. You can go ahead and rub at it and lower your blood pressure. But I know me and my wife, when we go in people's house and a dog charges at us barking, that blood pressure goes up a little bit. And I bet it does yours too. But anyway, that's something interesting. Never figured it out. I'm not a doctor, don't claim to be, but I just happened to see that today when I was doing some research, that petting a dog will lower your blood pressure. And that to me was pretty interesting. The Alabama here, the elections are coming up, the primaries, March the 3rd. Now, a lot of you out there are registered voters, been registered for years and had never missed an election. I can say that I have never missed an election, even when it's just constitutional amendments. Now, there's been a few times I had to vote absentee, but I have never missed one. The right to vote is just so important to me. It's a lot of sacrifices and decisions have been made, and so it's just too important for me to miss one. So I always make sure, if I'm out of town, I'll vote absentee. But now there's a lot of people that still are not registered. Now we've registered a lot of folks. I know John Merrill, Secretary of State, has really pushed voter registration, set it up where you can vote on, register online. You can do it. He's done a great job improving our database of registered voters. But for you, those of you out there that have not registered, you have not registered. So if you want to register, if you want to vote in the March 3rd primary, you have till February the 14th to do the paper registration form and have it to your county board of registers. You can pick them up at your board of registers in the courthouse, or you could probably print them offline, or you can register online. You don't need the paper thing. That's kind of where they want everybody to go now, is the online registration. You go to the Alabama Secretary of State's website. Now you've got till February the 17th to do the registration online. So if you don't get it done by the 14th, you can always go online and do it by the 17th. Registering to vote, it's not that hard, and it don't cost you anything because price has been paid years ago by our forefathers to give us the right to vote. So it's just real simple for you to go online and do that. But now, if you don't want to go online, you just feel like you want that that paper form, take it on down to the courthouse and turn it into your board registers. That's the date. Hey, it's coming up. Another interesting thing that's fixing to come up, and it only comes up once every 10 years, is the census. You know, everybody's pushing the census here. They saying that Alabama may lose a congressional seat if we, because of not gaining as many people moving in. But Alabama's had a lot of folks move in, and we have a lot of people that don't get counted. I think the last census 10 years ago, only about 85% of the people got counted. And it's our duty to fill out that census form and let people know that where we live in Alabama. I mean, tax dollars are based on the census, and those numbers mean a lot to Alabama. I think every person that's counted in Alabama is good for about $1,600 worth of federal money coming into the state. On a local levels, a lot of people use it for how much money you get on your gas tax from the state. You get it on these online sales tax. All of that is based on population. There's just so many things that are based on the population of your state, your counties, your cities. I mean, everything. So it's, make an effort and fill that form out. April the 1st is actually going to be declared. It's already been declared, it's just not here, as Census Day. So, they're going to be a big push on April the 1st to get everybody signed up and stuff. I think the forms actually go out in sometime in March, but turn that thing in. It's guaranteed if you believe the federal government. A lot of people don't, but I do on this subject, that your information is strictly confidential. It won't be used for anything else other than the census account to see how many people we have living in the state, the counties, the cities, everything, your income level, all that, all of that deals. When that information is put together, the federal government determines how much federal money they're going to send to Alabama, or send to Morgan County, or send to Coleman County, or Mobile County, or even your cities. It's real important. So make an effort to do that. Don't let people tell you, well, you don't want the government to know that information. Nobody. Now, if you're illegal here and you get it, they have ruled that you don't even have to be a citizen. They're going to count everybody that's in the state on that day. I mean, not just here, but in California and New York, everywhere. So it's real important. Now, last year, one of the most, last census in 10 years ago, one of the most groups of people that was not counted was infants between, being a baby up to 5 years. There was more of them. There was around 1 million of them, they estimate, in Alabama that wasn't counted because of split families where the baby lived with the mama some, the daddy some, or grandma some, and they just didn't know. Everybody may have thought that somebody else had done count them, so they didn't count them. Well, this year, wherever that child is at, April the 1st, count them on your form and put them with your form. Let's get our number up. We need, they're hoping for 85% participation, but why can't we have 100%? Let's let the federal government know that Alabama people care about the federal funds that come into us. They care about our representation in Congress. So make that extra effort to fill out that form. And if you have any questions, there's a number on the bottom, or you can call your courthouse and ask for your county commission office. We're all there to help you do that. But let's make an effort to make sure everybody's counted. It's been a long time when they only do it every 10 years. Pretty easy to do. Well, I sure appreciate you watching this show. Like I say, with a lot of information we try to give you that you're not going to pick up on a lot of the other media sources. And we don't try to compete with Yellowhammer or AL.com or nothing like that. We just try to give you some information that maybe you can take back with you. A lot of you, I hope that you watched our last show. You know, as I said in the beginning, was our largest watch shows. And, you know, had Chief Justice Judge Roy Moore on there. And I want to let everybody know that I have invited all the Senate candidates to come on the show, and I'm working with a couple of them trying to get a date. So I hope I'll have some other candidates for you to watch before March the 3rd. But you know, it's sometimes hard for schedules, but we really want you to know what the candidates stand for. We want you to turn out and vote. So anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching the show. Share it with your friends. Tell your friends to watch it. And remember our website, www.itsjustouropinion.com. And tell everybody to go to there if they don't do Facebook and stuff. Now, we've said a lot of stuff here in these last 16 minutes. But just remember, everything that we said, it's just our opinion.